Sky Garden is kinda like Cloudtop Cruise, but with tamer weather and less intrigue to it. Both are cloudy racetracks with beanstalks, but Sky Garden is always sunny. So let's see how it feels when we're always sunny side up. But before we dig in on the track, Sky Garden is the last track for the Lucky Cat Cup. Although there's no track in F tier, I wouldn't be surprised if this means it's overall the worst cup. Kinda sad we're not going to be returning to it, but the show must go on. Holy moly, there are so many paratroopers. They're the only spectators, so like, sure, there's plenty here, but it just seems like a little much. It's kind of distracting. Maybe because they're so big. Maybe they're all from Bowser's airship surrounding the course, taking a lunch break to watch the race. Sky Garden is actually pretty simple looking though. The color themes here is green from the beanstalks and pipes, the white off the clouds, and brown with the brick tiles. And I'm all for racing off the non-roads. It always adds a little more interest to the atmosphere. There are also giant mushrooms around, which makes me wonder if we're near Mushroom Gorge. Well, that and Cloudtop Cruise. So I am a sucker for sky levels in video games, and it's likely part of the reason why this track is placed as high as it is. The clouds in scope leave such a strong impression on me. But these clouds are really disturbing. Why are they so slimy and move like that? Clouds are supposed to be puffy and airy. These are just ew. And of course, being a garden, what does the greenery have to offer? Well, it's Wave 1, so green clay and N64 model flowers. And the beanstalk itself is actually textured. But not right? Like, that's actually a snake you're shortcutting through, I'm sure of it, not a plant. It's not all bad though. The brick road is actually really lovely to race on. With so many regular paved roads, this will always be a welcome change. And I actually think it's really cute how the path where the road is missing has some netting to race over. Clearly the material being made of the beanstalk. Like I said, cute. Cute. That might just be the best way to describe the track as a whole. It's an early cup on the top row, and I think this nails the lower difficulty nicely, and placed appropriately. The ramp onto the mushroom is a one-time thing, which is odd. Conventional game design would suggest we'd see it again on the track, but it's just here because why not? It's also surrounded by clouds, making it a lower challenge. Bounce on it the wrong way, and you'll still be fine. The only sharp corner is the final one. Every other turn is more like a bend, or very wide. I imagine this track is more favored by top speed karts as a result. And then you get to the finish line with the glider section. This feels very appropriate. You're racing in the sky, so why not take to them as you wrap up the experience? It also goes to show off that the race itself is a gradual climb the whole time, which is also nice. There are only 2 shortcuts in the track, which again, considering the length, isn't surprising. The previously mentioned final turn offers one through the arching snake, beanstalk. I think this is meant to be used with the mushroom, but given its limited time over the cloudy terrain, you can also get through this with a well-timed drift boost or hop. The other is over some leaves. They offer a little bounce and even littler time saving. It kind of feels like baby's first shortcut, but the bounce also removes a lot of control, so you could actually find yourself barreling off the clouds. The beanstalk net doesn't offer any gameplay changes, so as a result, that's really all there is to the track. Sky Garden is a fairly simple track that makes for a low effort drive. It's pleasant enough, but maybe don't look too hard because it becomes apparent pretty quickly it's a lot less pretty than what you might initially think. Its ease makes it well placed for an early cup track, and that helps it land here as the best of the Lucky Cat Cup tracks. Let's try saying that like 5 times fast, jeez. Which is still a little sad that this is the best the cup can offer. But let's head somewhere a little more sweet and see if we can get a taste of something a little more interesting. Subscribe and like, bye-bye!